This is the Ruger Precision 6.5 Creedmoor Gen 1 that we're loading for today. 24-inch barrel, gun block, muzzle brake, Vortex Viper PST, 6-24 by 50 with a 10 round magazine, an MDT pistol grip, and that shitty fucking stock. So let's see how these rounds go at 100 meters. Hey, I'm just going to go through how I do my workup in powder charges for my load testing. Here I've got a bag of Norma 6.5 Creedmoor, once fired. I'm going to be shooting it out of my Ruger Precision with a 24-inch barrel. I'm going to be testing it out with the Hornady LD Match 140 grainers I got on special from Cleaver, fucking cheap, with 2209 powder. So I'm just going to show you how I work it up and have a look at the results at the end. So after you finish cleaning all your brass, get some Hornady one-shot case lube. It's good shit. A lot of people spray this directly onto the reloading blocks. I find you just waste so much of this lube. Only half of it hits the cases, and they do this in all different angles. I've seen it on YouTube. Best trick ever. Open your bag, your Ziploc bag, spray just that much amount in, hardly anything, and then just sit there and massage. Just sit there and massage it for a minute. Open the bag, let it dry. And you're ready to start resizing and depriming. After you let these sit for a couple of minutes, let them dry off. The alcohol evaporates and you're just left with a lubed case. You can start depriming and resizing. Make sure you got the right fucking dye in before you make a cock of yourself though. Now we've got the right size dye in, we can start depriming and resizing. Better. So I've got about 25 cases here I'm going to do for my load testing. I sort of know where I'm at and what velocities I'm chasing, so I'm not going to do a heap, but I'm going to do 5 round groups and see which one performs the best out of the Ruger Precision using the Hornady 140 grain LD matches. Alright, next we're going to do some fucking case prep and trimming. I fucking hate this part. This takes the longest. It sucks. But it's pretty important, especially if you want consistent loads. Let's take a sample and see how uniform we've trimmed them all. 09, 09, 10, 10, 08. That one's a bit short, but still within a funny whisker, so that'll do. The next thing we're going to do is clean out these primer pockets. This is Norma brass, so it's actually pretty good stuff. So if you can focus there, there's hardly any gunk in there, plus these are from the factory, only been fired once. But we just get this little tool here, we give it couple of turns like this, and that's done again. Next we just got to prime these little motherfuckers, and then brass prep is done, thank God. So the little retractable arm comes out here, primer goes in, doesn't take much effort. And calibrate these new quantity scales with the 10 weight gram. Yep, it says pass. Zero the scales again. I'm ready to start weighing out powder charges. And we're loading this batch at 41 grains. 40.09. $41, perfect. $41.2. .9, 41, perfect. Zeroed. 41.4, 40.7, 41.2, 40.7, 0.8, 41. Perfect, first time. $40.9, 41. Now we're going to start seating some of these 140 grain ELD match projectiles. The dies are all set up ready to go. The first 5 rounds have been charged. So I'm just going to put it on here. Obviously it's going to be too long. We're going to measure it and then make fine increments to the die. We're looking at about 2.8 2.80 inches. .812. So if we make a little micro adjustment to the top of the die here, give it another go, and run through the die, measure it again. .797, so we went a little bit too far, but we'll back it off a little bit, but that's still within tolerances. So now that we've finished doing all the loading, this is what we've got. We've got 40 grains, 40.5, 41, 41.5, and we'll see which ones group the best, and we document everything here so we can replicate the load if it is good. I've got about 150 cases ready to go that I can mass produce. As soon as we realise which one of these shoots the best, I'm going to punch out 150 of them straight away, so we get into the really long range stuff.
It's like the when I got he bought the 8534 one for his last one.
Alright, so I finished all the load testing in 0.5 grain intervals. Now I'm just going to measure all these and see how they went. So with 40 grains, from centre to centre, we're measuring in at 0.854. So 0.854. 40.5, we got some really good group here with a flyer, but vertically they're all pretty close except for this flyer here. Centre to centre, looking at about 1.15, but then you come down here, that's a much better group with the same load. That's measuring in at about 0.526, which is by far the best one of the day. 41 grains, again, one bloody flyer. Say what's called 1 inch group. And then the second one is pretty good down the bottom here, coming in at about 0.69, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. Next we got 41.5 grains, good grouping, always that one bloody flyer, 1.1. And this was the quantity American whitetail. I was just using that to zero it in. Yeah, good enough for hunting. About 1.2 inches. So what I did is I went ahead and loaded up another 150 of these 40.5 rounds, and that's the load I'm going to stick with. I'm not going to mess with that too much. Pretty happy with that sort of accuracy. Let's see how these bad motherfuckers go. 152.